Hey guys, I got with the picks. It is Sunday, early morning. Last time I dropped a set of games, it was over on TikTok, and I think it was like Wednesday. I think we gave out 3 games and we had 3 winners, which was nice, which moved our record to 34, 29, and 3. Definitely not excited about that number, but we're not in the worst position. We got the All-Star break coming up in NBA. March Madness is right around the corner. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff in sportsbook that is going on right now that my complete undivided attention will get focused towards. But today we have the also bittersweet Super Bowl, which ends the football season, which is my absolute favorite. We got Kansas City against Philadelphia. Philly is giving 1.5 now, and the total sitting at 51. Super Bowl is just a game that you just like myself try to put the chapters together and make it make sense at the end. We know what we have. We know what they're going to try to do. We know what their strengths are. We know what their weaknesses are. I guess the only personnel information comes from Kansas City side with them bringing back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. I don't know if he'll get a touch or not, but he'll at least be on the sideline, ready to go if need be. Just make a very quick glance. The Eagles have faced about as a bad a group of quarterbacks that they could during the season. I'm talking absolute worst when I go back and actually look at it. Last time they played an above average quarterback was against Dallas, and they gave up 40 points in that game. I guess if you still considered Aaron Rodgers a good quarterback, Green Bay put up 33 on that time, and then I have to go all the way back to week 1 versus Detroit, where they put up 35 on them. Every quarterback that they faced in between, horrible. But Philly can't score in bunches, and they put up points at a very quick pace. They put up 35 last week. Yeah, they put up 35 last week. I'm sorry, they put up 31 last week, and they put up 38 the week before. Now, for Kansas City, Mahomes should be close to 100, if not 100%. And looking to get his second in the last 4 years. They definitely got they got weapons at his disposal. They had an absolute huge win against the Bengals, kicking a field goal with 8 seconds to go in the game. I mean, Cincinnati, I don't think too many people would argue with me, was the absolute hottest team in the NFL coming into that game. I mean, not losing a game for how long? I mean, I think you get that label. And for Kansas City to win that game and come out of there against a team that was just absolutely on fire. And the Bengals actually got the running game going in that game too, with Joe Mixon, which was very surprisingly. And the running game looked good. But KC did get the win. Andy Reid, I mean, he knows every trick in the books. I mean, he's been here before. I mean, he's an offensive-minded guru. KC, they can be weak against the run and the pass, depending on who they're playing. And unfortunate for them, I mean, you got Jalen Hurts that's going to be underneath center for the Phillies, which gets it done with his legs and his arm. The Kansas City is going to face their, by far, hardest opponent all year. And this is the way the Super Bowl should be. But at the same time, Philly's going to face their hardest game, and KC's going to face their hardest game. I'd like to go back on previous Super Bowls and look on schedules and find out how many times in the Super Bowl that one team was playing against the other, and in that game was their hardest game of the year. I bet it's far and few between. I can almost guarantee you that. And in this game, it's 100% true statement when I say it. These two teams will be facing the other's best, and it'll be their hardest matchup all year. Philly hasn't seen anything close to Patrick Mahomes this year. Not even close. No. I look for Isaiah Pacheco to break off some big runs. I see Hurts getting it done, obviously, with his arms and legs, especially his legs. I know I sound cookie cutter, but, it is what it is. I think this game will make up for all the other bullshit games that we had to put up with on prime time the whole year. You know how many games I'm talking about? Probably 75% of them were bullshit. They all played under, and the games were absolute trash. This Super Bowl should make up for every game during that primetime period, and I believe that. This is going to be like a heavyweight boxing match, haymaker after haymaker after haymaker. It may come down to a game-deciding field goal. We got the line at 1.5. It may not be a knockout. It may go to the judges' scorecards at the end. And I look for this to be a close game, and I look for it to be a pinball game, and I look for some quick scores in this game. I'll be honest with you, I don't know who's going to win. I don't. But the edge that I see in this game is in the total. And I'm glad to see that the public is against this play, because we're taking over 51. So the play in the NFL game, Super Bowl, is Kansas City, Philly over 51. I got some player prop plays here that I've been studying all day. The first one is going to be a same game parlay, and all these player prop games are on DraftKings. The first player prop parlay, same game parlay, is Devontae Smith anytime touchdown score and the Eagles to win at plus 300. The next one is Dallas Goedert over 4.5 receptions. And then we have Dallas Goedert over 47.5 yards. Then we got Isaiah Pacheco, longest run over 13.5 yards at minus 105. And then we have Jalen Hurts, longest run over 13.5 at minus 110. And then when I looked at this, I know they're giving away a free square on Prize Picks and all that good stuff. When I looked at these player props and I seen Isaiah Pacheco, his total receptions at 1.5, it looked like a free square to me. I think he had 5 catches in the last game. And trust me, the defensive pressure that Philadelphia brings with the most sacks in the league, they will be looking to dump off the ball, and it's just not to Jared McKinnon. I think they figured out last game with Pacheco that he has all the skills and has all the ability to not only run between the holes and run to the outside, but also catch balls out of the backfield. And I truly believe 1.5 receptions is equal to Joe Burrow getting 1 yard on Prize Picks for free. I believe this is the same thing. And his over 1.5 receptions sits at minus 185. If you guys know about horse betting, I'm going to be wheeling this Isaiah Pacheco player prop with some other player props. Probably going to play it 4 or 5 different ways with some different two-teamers. Things that I've already mentioned. So quick recap, we're taking over 51 in the KC Philly game. Then we're taking Same game parlay, Devontae Smith, anytime touchdown scores, and the Eagles to win at plus 300. Then we're taking Dallas Goedert over 4.5 receptions. Then we're taking Dallas Goedert over 47.5 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, longest rush over 13.5 yards at minus 105. Jalen Hurts, longest run over 13.5 at minus 110. And Isaiah Pacheco over 1.5 receptions at minus 185. I know Super Bowls can get crazy, and I'm not talking about the actual game. I'm talking about Super Bowl parties, being at the bar. Guys, all I ask out of you is please be safe. Please be responsible. And if you can't drive, allow the next person next to you to drive, guys. I'm getting stronger in each and every day, and I'm starting to feel better. It could be scary for sports books. We're definitely going to take them out on the sports book this Super Bowl. I can guarantee you that. Guys, until I get back to you, you already know what I'm going to do. We're going to get back to getting this cash.